Good morning. Well, morning for me. Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever applies as you are watching this video. I hope you are having a good day. Mr. Gustafer has just decided to join me here while I've been editing. He was out for a walk with Dad, and then they've returned, and I think he heard me talking on the vlog and realized there was something happening up here. So he came and was just sitting on the floor, but I invited him to jump up on the bed. And he's just a little snuggle bug in his sweater. He's so funny. But yeah, he's a happy boy. Lexi, I presume, is on the couch with Mom. It's pretty cold outside for Arizona, Phoenix standards. Oh, it's up to 50 now. It was 46 when I woke up. I'm gonna go for a hike, hi, welcome to a new vlog, because I was just editing the other vlog and realized I forgot to intro it. Hi, welcome to a new vlog. I'm Andrea. It's nice to have you guys here. If you're new, welcome. This is vlog number 1 of 2022. Yeah, it is New Year's Day. Mom and I had a lovely New Year's Eve last night. You can go and watch the last vlog if you want to see that. And today is New Year's Day. So I do want to go out for a walk of some sort. I was thinking of going for a hike, but then I've just realized everyone and their mother is probably going to be going for a hike today. I don't know. I could still go over there. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. So yeah, I'm going to go for a walk and then come back and get myself, lens flare. There's like sun coming through the window. After my walk, I'll come back and get cleaned up. I want to do some more editing. I want to do some reading. I had a book delivered here this past week before I came back. So I think this might be the first book of 2022. This is The Weavers by Ania. I'm not sure how she pronounces it. And I think it's Whiteley, maybe Whitley. I'm really bad with names. You'd think after all these years of being a teacher, I'd be able to magically know how people pronounce their names. But yeah, so this is The Weavers. I follow Ania. She's London Girl Writes on Instagram. The book is set in London. It's set in contemporary London. Set in modern London, where dark alleys and opulent parties alike hold deadly secrets. One girl is fighting against powerful but seductive evil. And what I really liked is that the Weavers are ruthless creatures who have been blending in undetected with humans for centuries, weaving their dark magic into clothes and surrounding themselves with all the luxuries money can buy. Like, as a fashion historian and scholar of dress, that part of the book just sounded really, really good. So yeah, so I'm really tempted to read that. It's a self-published novel. She's an indie author. Seems like a fitting way to start my reading for 2022. I will be doing a separate video on the books that I read last year and my plans for this year, but I don't want to wait until I film that video. I just want to keep reading. I've been on a reading roll. I've still got a bunch of like festive Christmassy books on my iPad, but since I try to read whenever one of my indie author friends, Instagram friends, YouTube friends publishes a book, I try to read that as soon as I can so that I can help them with reviews. This is a like YA fantasy, I think, so not my genre, which means I can review this book. Amazon has weird policies about you can't review books if you are like family or a close friend of the author. I don't know how they determine that, but they don't allow, and I don't know how they track this. But I've been told Amazon has their ways. You can't review books of authors who would be your competitors. So I don't leave reviews on anyone who writes romance because that's what I write. And so I assume that Amazon's just gonna figure it out. But I can leave reviews on books that are not competitors. So like nonfiction books I can review, fantasy, supernatural, stuff like that. I do try to at least give ratings, if not leave a full review, as well as posting on social media and stuff like that, because I know how much that helps me as an indie author. So whenever one of my indie author friends or connections or colleagues, I guess we could call them, publishes a book, I do try to read that quickly. So while I am still mostly in that festive mindset and want to read cozy festive romances, I'm going to take a break from that and read this really quick over the next day or so that I can share it and talk about it and help promote it, because I want to support the author because she's wonderful. She's been very, very kind and supportive of me, and we've chatted on Instagram a few times. So I'm excited to read that. So I'll come home, take a shower, get cleaned up, do some reading, and then later today we are having, I don't think I can technically call them Cornish pasties because we're not going to put any swede in them. Because I think, and no onions either, because we don't do onions in this family. Onions don't sit well in our stomachs. My great-grandmother could make a traditional classic Cornish pasty. So what we're doing is like a version of her recipe. I've talked about this a lot in the Bookshelf of Possibilities if you've read that book. But yeah, so we're doing pasties for dinner tonight. So I prepped the dough for the crust, for the casing last night. I mixed up the dough, I divided it out, I rolled it out into each individual circle-ish, and then they've just been chilling overnight. So today we'll chop everything up that goes inside and then fill them and then bake them, and we'll probably do that closer to when we're actually going to eat. And then I think Mom's gonna make coleslaw to go with it, which is probably more of an American thing, probably more of like a Midwestern American way of eating pasties, because we've gotten into the Cornish pasties by way of Wisconsin, which did have a large settlement of Cornish immigrants and miners. Again, cover all of that in the backstory of the Bookshelf of Possibilities. There's a lot of my own personal family history in that book. But yeah, so we're gonna have that. She also made the chili sauce that our family has made to go with the pasties yesterday, so Dad will have that. Dad loves having that with his pasties. And yeah, we're just gonna have a chill day. I'm not thinking about what you will have seen in the last vlog and what is waiting for me back in my apartment. I will deal with all of that tomorrow when I go home. Today, I am just thinking about having a relaxing, restful New Year's Day. I'm gonna channel my inner Gus and just veg out once I get back from my walk. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna do a one-day vlog or if I'm gonna do this over a couple days. I think one of my things going forward this year, I think I'm gonna start doing more like just one-day vlogs and not vlogging every single day of the week. I just think that will be a little bit easier and more sustainable for me and probably less boring for you. And I always have enough footage. So I think this might just be a one-day vlog. Just spend New Year's Day with me and my family. I'm gonna go for a walk now and stop talking, but I will bring you guys with me. have just finished a fantastic hike. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Did way more incline hiking than I have done in ages, but it felt really good. It's making me think I can do some back over at the hiking trail near my apartment. So basically what I did was I started on the one end and connected to the main trail that goes around this whole big hill. It's technically a hill, it's not a mountain, but it looks pretty big. So I went along kind of the base of it at the front side that faces and overlooks the park here. And it ended up being a lot steeper than I remembered it. I used to do this trail all the time. So I went along this side and always was able to overlook the park. Like all the way to the other end of the hill, which overlooks the canal. And then I walked down out of the main hiking trails, connected to the canal path, walk down that. And what's really nice is since this park has changed a lot since I lived over here. There's a whole housing development now that there didn't used to be. And so I thought I was going to have to walk back to the main road and then walk back up, but I was prepared to do that. But there's actually like walking and cycling trails now. So I technically never left the park, even though it felt like I did. So that was great. So then I ended up coming back at the far corner of the park, of the playing fields, and then walked along the one side of the playing fields. There's a beach volleyball court that I don't remember being here. I remember the basketball court, but I don't remember. There's 3 tennis courts. There's 2 dog parks. I'm parked right in front of the dog park. There's a big dog park and a little dog park, meaning one for bigger dogs, one for littler dogs. So I was watching the cute doggies running around, and there's a little free library here now. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go get, when I go home, before I come back here, I'm going to get some of the copies of my books and probably write on a little sticky note and stick it on the inside that like I'm a local author for anyone who chooses my book. I'm going to put some of my books out in that little free library, and I'm just going to keep checking. And if I notice that mine have gone, I'll put some more back in. I've got tons of copies, including some copies of A Brave Start that I really do want to reformat that book, just make it look a little bit nicer. But yeah, I'm definitely going to come back and put a copy of More Than Fate, A Brave Start, maybe a copy of Brave With You, and definitely a copy of Independent Hearts. Although I don't think I have spare copies of A Brave Start and Brave With You. I don't have spare copies of More Than Fate or Independent Hearts. So I need to order at least like 2 or 3 author copies of each of those, because I meant to do that. I should have at least a few copies on hand of each of those, just in case I want to like drop it in a little free library or give it to someone. So I need to get those. But yeah, that's totally new. That was not here. It's probably been about 5 years longer. I don't know that I've hiked over here since I moved to my place. So yeah, it's been a while, but it was wonderful. I've had so much fun. I was out for 59 minutes of exercise according to my watch. I'm exhausted now. I'm going to go home. It's 12:19. I meant to be home and showered by noon, so that obviously didn't happen. But I'm going to go home, clean myself up, and then probably just sit and relax and read for a little bit. And I think Mom said I needed to start working on the pasties at 3. But yeah, I want to rest for at least a couple hours before I have to start working on those. I want to start reading The Weavers. I need to post something about it on Instagram in my stories, just so that the author, she knows that I'm reading it. Yeah, we'll just see how the evening goes. Mom and I will probably watch something. I'm going to stop rambling. I've been talking for 8 minutes on my iPhone. I'm going to get home and I will check with you guys later. But it was a great hike. Oh my gosh, this was so much fun. Yeah, they don't, they look okay.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of drainage.
There's a lot of leakage, drainage.
But it looks pretty. I like
whatever you want to call them.
I like how it turned out with
Paul Hollywood would not be impressed.
No. But this one
I would not win the technical challenge.
This one on a plate will look really pretty.
Yeah. Well, I think some of them.
This one will look nice.
Well, that one is crimped well. That's clearly you did that one. That's not me. I can kind of tell the difference between which ones Mom crimped and which ones I crimped. I mean, in my defense though, all the crimp seals look good. It didn't leak from the crimping. It leaked from other places. So, my first attempt at making pasties, not the greatest. They smell amazing. If they taste as good as they smell, I think we're safe. I'm kind of happy with it. Yeah, we'll have to taste it and let you know.
All cooled off?
Yes, I'm all cooled off. I just went and sat outside for a few minutes. I was so hot from having the oven on, and then I did the dishes, and so having my hands in almost boiling hot water. Mom's kitchen sink water gets way hotter than mine does at home. So that just warmed me up, especially in my cozy new sweater that Mom got me. And yeah, so I went and sat outside. It is currently 47 degrees out there. So got nice and chilly. Now it actually feels nice in here. But I think now we're gonna watch the New Year's Day Doctor Who special, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mom's reading on her Kindle down at the other end of the couch. We've got the two sleeping pups there. Lexi Lou. Pasties. What do we think?
They turned out very yummy. You did a great job.
They turned out really good. Like I said, they didn't look like a whole lot. There were definitely some issues. I would not pass the technical challenge. I'd come last probably, but they tasted amazing. So I'm taking 2 home with me. So I'm very excited for the leftovers, but even Dad liked the pasties. Dad was impressed. Mom did a good job teaching me. I think the plan is we'll make some more in February for my birthday so I can practice them again. I think Mom is ready to kind of hand off the pasty making to me.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta get the practice in.
So Mom did, she said that she thought she did about 30% of the work this time. I probably would have given her 40% in terms of how much she did. But the bits that you did are bits that I think I could do.
Yeah.
It would just take me longer. So like chopping up the meat, Mom's just faster at chopping things than I am. But overall, I think I did a pretty good job. I'm really happy with myself. And like I said, we're gonna watch the Doctor Who New Year's Day special. So really excited to watch that. And overall, it's been a really nice New Year's Day. I'm, how many pages? 35 pages into the Weavers. I haven't gotten as much reading done today as I wanted, but I'm gonna try to do some more reading tonight before I go to bed. And then I think my plan for tomorrow is to just sit and read that. So I will try to get it finished before I have to edit this vlog so I can put something in at the very end to let you know what I thought of it. But for now, it's time for Doctor Who. Hello. Okay, it is now Sunday evening. I have been home all day. I got back here before noon. I know I was like unpacked, settled, changed into my comfy clothes by noon and sitting down to read. I spent all day reading this book. Overall, I really liked this. I think she's marketing it as YA fantasy, but I'd say as long as you like fantasy, I think it's YA because the main character is 17, but I honestly just got sucked into the world. The premise of this book is so fascinating in terms of the magic and the characters and the world that the author has created. Just thought it was so clever and so interesting. The cover is gorgeous. I can't stop looking at it, honestly. But yeah, it was beautifully written. There's some really kind of gorgeous like sections in it, like just some really beautiful sentences. Like the whole book is beautiful, but every now and then I'd get to something I'd be like, wow, it's a really great way of phrasing that. The characters are interesting. It's a large cast of characters, but I found it really easy to kind of keep up with who was who. There were lots of surprises. It wasn't completely predictable. It's predictable as much as you would want it to be. You know, it follows the genre pattern of a fantasy, and so it does what you would expect a fantasy to do. But then I think there's just something about it being kind of magical realism as well, if I'm using that phrase correctly. Like, it's set in modern day London, our London. It's not set in a fantasy world or anything. Like, the magic lives among us kind of a thing. And it was just so interesting. If you're looking for a fantasy, YA or otherwise, like I said, I think it's being marketed as YA, but it definitely, I think, transcends that. Probably one of my favorite fantasy novels I've read in a while, and one that I don't think this is meant to be. It's not book one of a series, I don't believe, but I do hope she does something else with these characters and with the magic and like the fantasy aspects of it. I also have to say, I loved the way that she wrote London. I think even if you're not as familiar with London, you'll still appreciate the way that it's written. But if you have visited and you do know some of the landmarks, there were some places that I was like, oh, I know where that is. And then there were other places that I was familiar with, but I've never been to. And it's like, oh, now I really want to go. I could go on and on and on, but I really did think that this was really, really well done. Fantastic debut effort. I know that Anya has been working on this for a really long time. The final draft is absolutely incredible. But we've started 2022 setting the bar high as far as books that I've read. And again, she's an indie author like I am, so if you're looking for a good fantasy novel and you want to support an indie author, I'd highly recommend picking up The Weavers. But yeah, I'm gonna go heat up one of the leftover pasties from dinner last night. They were so good. I was gonna freeze one. I don't think I will. I think I'm just gonna eat one tonight and the last one tomorrow. I will talk to you all again very soon. I'm not sure if the next video after this will be a vlog. It might be my year compass video, which I will probably film kind of vlog style, because I do need to fill out my year compass for this year. So I might be doing that tomorrow and Tuesday, so that might be the next video. I also want to do a kind of 2021 year in review of all of the books that I read, and maybe set my reading goal for 2022. And then I also need to film a video on like book plans, publishing plans, just like a self-publishing update for 2022. So there's going to be a lot of like planning and reflection and intention type videos coming up, I think. I feel like after a month of daily vlogs, I'm still easing back into regular vlogging. It has been kind of nice to take some time off. So that's just a little preview of what is potentially coming, but honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to film next. It probably will be the year compass video though. If you've enjoyed this vlog, give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. That would be amazing. We have a whole new year of content. Question for this vlog: What is your first book of 2022? So this was the first read for me. What book are you reading or are you about to start? What will be the first book that you are reading in 2022? I would love to know, so let me know in the comments. Say hi, let me know how you're doing. And yeah, I'm gonna go eat dinner and I will see you all very soon in another video. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!